Welcome to Perfect Level. I need to bring something up. The algorithm has froze my video. It's been frozen for about 3 days because somebody commented shoot yeah, which is a very positive thing. Google read that as shoot yeah. Now my video has done terrible. Google, please stop.
Freedom over fame. Freedom over cycle stays the same.
There is a large storm moving in this afternoon and another storm tomorrow. Most likely there will be no fishing tomorrow. The wind is supposed to be gnarly and they're calling for hail and damaging winds and very typical weather for the last 2 weeks. I know there's been a lot of tornadoes all over the United States. I should probably take this chance to talk about what's going on with my last video. So my last video was paused by YouTube, Google, because somebody commented shoot yeah. I'm in Kentucky, and that is a very positive comment. That is not a negative comment. But Google took that as shoot yeah, and they actually paused my video for 2 days. Which means the algorithm won't pick it back up. The video has done terrible. I mean, I really don't know what to do. It's just one of those things, you know? There's not much I can do about it. The algorithm. Back to fishing. I'm starting off today with the chompo, the black chompo, and the white bandito. Water quality is not great, but that's very typical here. We've had massive storms in the last week and a half, so it's expected. Brown water, that's okay. Yesterday was a very, very nice day, but I did not get a chance to go fishing. So I have to assume that there were a lot of fishermen out here yesterday. Yesterday was Mother's Day. It was about an 80-degree day, ultra sunny. But it's hard to say if there were a lot of fishermen or not. I'm thinking there were. I know I definitely wanted to go fishing, but it was not in the cookbook. All the rivers and creeks in my area are flooded and have been flooded for nearly 3 weeks off and on. That's one of the reasons I have not been fishing on the creek. I know that's what I want to be doing, is kayaking on the creek, but it's just not possible right now with the water so high, and it's extremely brown. But that is probably a good thing, considering last year was so dry and the drought was really heavy last year. It's nice to get some rain. I just kind of hope it continues to last throughout the summer, or at least the beginning of the summer anyway, which is right around the corner. Spring is almost over. Some people would say spring is over. I think because of the heavy rain, a lot of the bedfish have not spawned in the way they normally would have. When the water is high, I'm not for certain if that helps or hurts the spawning process. Probably hurts it, but I'm not for certain, depending on what fish and what location. Fish on. He chased it. Oh, he's skin hooked. I just barely got that guy. He chased it. Little bass. Thank you, sir. Have a good day. Who is your favorite YouTube fisherman? There's a lot of the larger channels that I really like. Comment below who's your favorite. As far as I know, One Rod is no longer a Guggen, which is probably a good thing. I mean, I'm not for certain. I don't know how I feel about that. For bank fishermen, fishing with Norm, he's always super entertaining, even though he has not been putting out any videos for quite some time. There are a lot of the smaller kayak channels that I watch. A lot of those guys are just super boss fishermen, you know, like they're some of the best. It smells terrible right here. I just thought I'd point that out to everybody. If smell-o-vision existed, you would all throw up. It smells terrible. Like, and I can't even pinpoint what that smell is. It's just probably like rotting decay, soil, and you know, a lot of different rotting stuff, but it smells so bad. Whew. I see a spinner bait hanging in the tree. I was going to cut out, but I see a really nice spinner bait, so might as well get it. Or is that a bladed jig? I can't really tell if that's a spinner bait or a bladed jig. Oh, nope, it's neither one of those. It is a topwater bait, a buzz bait. Wow, and it looks brand new. Nice. Check out that buzz bait. Hello, sir. How are you doing? Oh, wow. That's a really nice buzz bait. It looks fancy. Pluck it right out of the tree there. A little plucking action. Pluck. Wow, look at that buzz bait. It has a snake head and a trailer. What brand is this? Mega Bass. That looks expensive. Nice. Sweet. Mega Bass. If you watch my videos and you recognize a bait that I find hanging in the trees and it's yours, give me a message, give me a shout, and I'll get it back to you for sure. I've found some really expensive baits over the last couple of months. And it's interesting how I don't use them. I find all these really expensive baits and I just don't really use them. I stick to the baits that I like, the ones that I buy, for the most part. I mean, just like that buzz bait that I found, that is probably a really expensive buzz bait, and it will catch fish in certain scenarios, I'm sure, but that buzz bait is just too big to be using out here. Even for the larger bass, it's just too big. So you need to be using a smaller buzz bait, not a tiny buzz bait, but just something a little bit smaller. Now, that buzz bait on the lake, like Barren River Lake or Green River Lake, might be awesome. But here, that's just gonna scare the fish. Or at least I think so. I mean, I could totally be wrong about that, but that's just the way I feel. I've found some rather large swim baits out here in the last month that are very expensive, and I haven't used any of them just because they're too large. I think the smaller swim baits are actually better. Well, when I say swim bait, I actually mean a glide bait. I think once you're over like 6 inches, they're not great, or not in this particular lake or pond, or ever how you want to describe this mud hole. Wow, they're fighting. Whoa. They were fighting. There were a bunch of geese over there fighting. Wow, that was crazy. Gosh, I'm so hungry. I know this is off the topic and not really about fishing, but about 7 or 8 months ago, I stopped using nicotine, and my appetite has gone bananas. Truly. since I stopped using nicotine. Like, I just want to eat all the time. And I've gained a lot of weight, to be honest, since I've stopped using nicotine, which I expected that to happen. Like, that's kind of part of it. But my appetite is just insane. I just want to eat all the time. And that's not healthy. That's not good for you. And for the longest, for about a year, I was on the high protein diet, the carnivore diet, which was working out excellent for me. But I had to stop because I was gaining too much weight. And that was directly because I stopped using nicotine. And let me tell you, man, I've kicked a bunch of habits in my life, and not using nicotine is one of the hardest things I think I've really done. Like, I stopped smoking cigarettes years and years ago, but over the last 4 or 5 years, I picked up vaping quite a bit. And yeah, nicotine is a hard one to beat. I see a lure, but I'm actually hung. Okay, I'm actually hung, but I see a swim bait. Speaking of expensive swim baits earlier, I see one right here in front of me, but I'm hung, and I would like to get that unhung and then get the swim bait. Let me try to do this. And I was just talking about that. Some of the really expensive swim baits and stuff. I am actually hung on someone else's fishing line, so that probably means I'm not going to be able to get that loose. I do not like touching the water here. And of course it's braid. It's always braid. Am I going to be able to get this loose? I do not know. Oh, it's twisted. I was wondering why it wouldn't come loose. It's like twisted around the hook. Okay, I got it. Now to see if I can get this swim bait. If I'm not mistaken, this is one of the new Berkley swim baits that just came out. It might be a mega bass, but I'm not for certain yet. Let's see if I can get to it. Gosh, you see it right there. Got it. Oh, it is. It's one of the new Berkleys. What's it called? Nessie. Yeah, the Nessie 7. Wow, I actually wanted to buy one of these, but they're sold out everywhere. Yeah, the hook clips in right there. And it's a solid rubber plastic glide bait. Wow, that is so cool. Shoot, yeah. I'm finding everything today. That is awesome, dude. I will actually probably use that. The Nessie by Berkley. Cool. Awesome. Sweet. Well, I've found some awesome baits. Even if I don't catch any fish today, I have found some awesome baits. There's a fish right there. Slurped it. Oh man, that's a big one. That's a big one. He slurped it. He slurped it. Oh mama. She's a big one. Slip and drag, slip and drag. Oh man, that's a good fish. That's a good fish. Slurped it. Slurped it off the tree. Careful hooks. Don't hook me. Don't hook me, fish. Please don't hook me. Got you. Good one. That's a good one. Yeah, Tankosaurus. Yes, that's a good fish. That's a really good one. Careful, bud, careful. And I do not have my pliers out. Let's see if I can get to those pretty quickly here. I forgot to get them out this morning. Little slurpage. That was on the black chompo. Let's take a look at that fish. That's a good one. That's not a bad fish at all. That's a good one. Let's put it on the board. I'm gonna say about 3.5 pounds. He's not super fat. He's kind of skinny, to be honest. A little on the skinny side. Let's put it on the board here. "18 inches on the dot. 18-incher. Largemouth. Thank you for playing the game, good sir. Good to see you. Have a nice day. Thank you. Let's go. If you are a local kayak fisherman and you would be interested in fishing a local tournament, message me. Hit me up on YouTube or Instagram. I am thinking about setting up some fishing tournaments. Small tournaments, straight up buy-in, you know, those kinds of situations. Oh, there was a slurp. There was a slurp. Wow, you got it. You got it. Is that a good fish? That's a good fish. Oh my gosh. That's a good fish. I didn't really think that was a good fish. I thought it was like a bluegill or something. I didn't really think that was a good fish. I thought it was like a bluegill or something. They're just barely slurping. Barely slurping. Oh, that's a good one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, buddy. Oh, his teeth are so sharp. Gosh. Well, when I say teeth, no, I don't really mean teeth, but they're like pads that they have on their lips. I call them teeth. They're not really teeth, but gosh, they are super sharp. I think it's because it's a young fish. He's not very big. He got hooked weird. Try to take it easy on him. Get the hooks out as easily as possible without tearing them all up. There we go. Didn't even leave a mark. Thank you, sir. Thank you for playing the game. Yes, sir. That's about a pound and a half. I'm going to say about 16 or 17, about 16 inches. It's a good fish. Not bad. Thank you, sir. Thank you for playing the game. Let's go. There's a fish. A little bass. Interesting. Just a little fella. was trying to be super delicate with the little guys, not tear them up or anything. He's just a little fella, just a little fella. Thank you for playing the game, sir. Grow up big and strong. Bye-bye. Thank you, sir. That's it. I'm all geared up. Not a bad morning at all on the local urban puddle. I landed some really good bass, especially early this morning on topwater. Quick look at some of the baits I found. We have the Mega Bass Buzzbait and the Berkley Nessie. This is the one I'm excited about. I've been wanting to get one of these for quite some time. I'm really excited about using it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.